Alright folks, welcome back to Satisfactory. Sweet Sandy is excited. We're going to jump right back in. The good news is we don't have a lot of planning to do. We've got the decisions have all been made at the end of the stream yesterday. If you're new to Satisfactory, it is a factory building, automation, and planning game, but it's from the first person perspective. So think Factorio, but much nicer looking. With no bad guys. The whole goal is just harvest the planet, balance your factories, and build cool stuff. That's what we're going to do. And as you can see, we are standing directly where we were yesterday. So we have the inputs all planned out. We have, I believe, the output also planned out. We're going to do some like two-tiered thing here. So before I get too carried away, I wanted to figure out where the basement was going to be. And I discovered that we can't put walls in this space here because they hit these. So we have to expand this by another block. We have to blow up some trees. I think I got a couple explosives on me. Remove that. Get rid of the ladder. Yes, these are going to have to go. Get rid of this? Yeah. Every once in a while we'll get flowers, and that we can use for dyes and stuff. But this requires explosives. Whoop, I stood a little bit too close to that. And we'll get rid of this too. Whoops. Let's back up this time. So we've got our walls. And I think we'll go with this style. Now the question is, do those show up top? Aha, they don't. Sweet. Okay, cool. Cosmic, that's a great command. Only bad guys are bad guys that you need to take over? Yeah, exactly. Alright, so we're gonna seal this off. And the reason I'm doing this now is because I may want to bring... I don't think I want to bring anything in here, but it'll be important down the line to know where the edge of this is. As I think, yeah, we can't go too far that way because we run into that rock. Then there's that rock too. So we do have some space down here. It's not a lot. We do have some space. I think we're also going to put... Whoa, that's very bright in your face. I apologize. Now I don't know if these things that you collect by hand come back or not. So same idea. The wall here will be this way. Now I see nothing but orange highlights. Yeah, I apologize. They really need to add some controls to the UI in the game. It's very bright. All right, so we're gonna bring these down this way. It's the wrong thing. Now those are unfortunately going to be seen, I think, on the top part, but we don't have half walls yet. The walls are at least a little bit easier. The flash is a lot farther from the screen. Oh, out of plates. Well, I try not to build so close to camera for that reason. What else do we need? We've got, we'll top up on rods. We'll grab some plates. We're okay for screws and stuff. Rods. I think we're okay for these as well. Oh, we'll top up. Why not? Hey, well, how's it going? It's been really cool to see how into Satisfactory you've become, Will, over the last little while in the Discord. It's really cool. I really enjoy being able to introduce new people to a new game and see how it all comes together. It's always fun when you realize that a game that you really like, that crossover between Minecraft fandom and this is something that I think a lot of people don't they don't see right away, but it scratches the same itch for me anyway. Is that a tree or a plant? That is a tree. And okay, good. We may end up using this. I don't know, but for now. Hunter 555 subscribing at tier 1 for 10 months. 10-month streak. Thanks so much, Hunter. Always great to have you, and thank you for being one of the moderators on the channel too. Very much appreciated. Trees? We don't need trees. Bye-bye. So I can clearly see what's going on here. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave myself a couple of doors, just so I know kind of like where I am under here. I suppose this wall doesn't have to be back that far, does it? Well, we'll do that just for our own sanity. A little bit of space. I'll do the same thing here. Pop in a couple of doors. No trees! No flowers, no trees. No green things, please. Something that I find is an immediate difference when you switch from playing Minecraft to Satisfactory for me is the speed at which you can build things is a little bit bananas. I mean, I know there's some fast builders in Minecraft, but I really enjoy the fact that I can stand in one position and build most of this wall. Oop, I'm not sure where that wall went. Did I go far enough? I think I went far enough. Gentle Smet? I'm not sure how to say your name. Welcome in. Thanks for coming by. So these doors could be temporary, we might not need them, but sometimes it's just nice to be able to have like a quick check of where you are when compared to the rest of the surrounding area. Oh, don't you hate that, Will? That happens to me all the time when I'm doing laundry, you know, and then all of a sudden you realize you forgot to put the one shirt. The thing that really rubs me the wrong way is when it's like, it's a shirt that really did need to go in the laundry, like your gym gear, you know? Something that really should have been put in there. I think I'm going to replace the ladder here, just because that's going to make the most sense for us, I think. So we'll do a ladder for here. Perfect. Okay. So right now, we've got inputs coming in this way and over there, but that doesn't mean that they have to come in here, and this doesn't have to be here either. We could easily move the entrance to be more symmetrical, or we could have two entrances. I'm not really sure what I want to do. Having two entrances and then having the stuff feed in between could be kind of cool as well. That might be what we do. It's very bright out here, so we're going to go do something else until the sun goes down. That's the export as well. But that's probably going up to the next floor, so that's fine. Make a note of that right now. So the way this is going to work is we've got plates and what will be copper wire coming in, and they're getting fed into these machines and these machines down here via these lifts. So there's going to be a splitter here as well. And then when we put this in, connects up like that. And we're just going to repeat that down the whole row. So before I get carried away, and this is where I usually pause my plans. Like, we know we've got 10 assemblers per row. We know we've got room for extras down at the back if we need to expand it, or if we need to make more, we can go over this way. But I need to make sure that the inputs are going to be coming in without too much trouble. We're making the plates, but we need to get the plates from where they are down here, which is probably going to involve the main bus. And then we have to get the copper wire made, because we're not making it right now. Iron wire or actual copper? We're doing copper because I've got pure iron ingot recipes, but we're not using it yet. But I do have a lot of copper, like a lot of copper. So we're going to be able to do that. The problem we might run into actually is going to be power, if I was to guess. I don't know if we can turn on everything. I think we might end up... we're probably pretty close. Well, actually, we're not so bad. We're not so bad. But yeah, we're definitely going to need to figure out where we're going to bring in the materials. So because we have this awesome space here to play with, one of the things we can do is bring in the material, but then split it into the respective spaces. So we've got each assembler is going to be at 80%. So we need 80% of 18.75, which I think is 15. So 18.75 times 0.8 is 15. So we need 15 times 40, which should be 600. Okay. I might use copper as well with the copper alloy ingot. Give you much easier 50% gain. Yeah, the alternate recipes provide a lot of replayability for the game. It's something I really like about it. For example, when we get the experimental release of Update 5, I'm going to switch over to my other save, the Metroplex save, and we're going to play around with the new building parts there. And I make a point of that save to do different recipes than what I'm currently using. You know, or if I do something in that build, I make sure that in this build I do something different. So we need 600 plates, which I'm pretty sure we've already established is what's coming out of here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, each doing 30. No, 20. So that's 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So 600 plates currently being exported. How are these? That's the in, that's the out. The out goes back over the top. So that is the out. It's going into this bin. Going into this bin. So we've got 1, 2. Wait a minute. Something is messed up in here. Why are these all pointing? You're not even hooked up. Something is missing here. I'm glad I checked. Yeah, you're not even hooked up to anything. How are you not? Something is screwy. Yeah, we are... I must have completely forgot a step here. We've not been using these for any production. We've only been using them as storage. So that's probably why I didn't notice. Alright, that feels better. That's all input. These are all dual output. So it looks like there's 3 strings. 1, 2 there. 3 is here. And they're all combined. So that is not the right belt speed, for starters. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these are all hooked up too. Okay, so that's the 300 coming out. We can fit them all on one belt, which is nice. Yeah, it's really cool that people are sharing some screenshots in the Discord too of their factories. I haven't seen any factory builds from you yet, Will. Like, do you have any like big factory screenshots to share on Discord? Where do we want to bring these out? So we could just bring them straight out here. Oh, this isn't going to be a thing. That's not happening. So this is probably going to be Windows for now. I feel like that's maybe too close. Maybe we'll leave this as a wall. And so this would be a wall to here. Out of concrete. Alright. Closest concrete is back at the main storage. Not much of a base builder. Oh, but you still have factories though. You must have at least a factory floor if you're progressing through the game. Sorry for how dark it is. Normally I take a break when it goes nighttime, but it was only like 25 minutes into the stream. Spaghetti walkthrough, nice. I'm a little bit tentative to put all this glass in. I'd like to try to find more open air solutions because the current glass, or the way that it works right now, does cause a bit of lag because of all the reflections it tries to calculate. So when you're dealing with an early access game, it's always nice to be at least aware of that kind of stuff. Alright, so where is... figure out a cool spot to take things out here. So we've got everything coming into this one and coming into this one. We now have the ability to combine them into one belt, which could go straight across here. And that is actually not a bad position. We would probably bring it out here. So we would more than likely bring it straight across the ceiling and then bring it down the wall and out. Mark Van Funk gifting a sub to Lilu Minala. I hope I pronounced your name right, Lilu. Thanks so much, Mark Van Funk. Appreciate that. Lilu, if you want to connect your Discord and Twitch accounts, you can join us in the Discord. Hello there, just a noob here. Which biome do you recommend to start? Neshlab. In Satisfactory, I guess it depends on the challenge that you want. Have you played it all before? Like, have you tested it out even in the littlest bit? Or are you looking to kind of like get going for your first time? Liwas! Tier 1, 24 months in a row. Can we get some sub hype for Liwas in the chat? Thanks, Liwas. 24 months, 2 years. Holy smoke. We'll have to I have to get on that 2-year badge. We're gonna have a discussion on the art stream about the badges. First time and play a bit, just unlocked coal power supply. Where did you play first? Did you play in the grasslands, Neshlab? Because I would say the level of difficulty would be grasslands, rocky desert, dune desert, and then northern forest. Northern forest, you're really far from coal unless you go down to... Wow, the lights just came on. Unless you go down to the slopes. So northern forest is where I started, and you start up in here. Grasslands is way down here. Dune desert is way over here. I'm in the rocky desert right now, building. And this has really got a lot of cool stuff. The problem here is that coal is not super close by. So, but oil is, right? So it depends on what you want. Yeah, I would try, if you want wide open spaces with no building restrictions, Dune Desert. But maybe try South Dune Desert. Or I would say Rocky Desert, because coal is not too far away, right? Coal is nearby. It's a little bit of a trek, but it's not like terrible. The problem with the Rocky Desert is that there's lots of spiders at nighttime. That's the only other thing that I would caution you about. I need to see if there's a bug report. There's a mouse problem when you come out of the map screen. I need to look at that and see if that's been reported or not. Walls. We can do... I wonder if we should bring it out and then down the front of the building. That would actually be pretty cool. Okay, so let's plan for that. That would mean that's all the input. So I would probably want to do an output section here. Hype Train! Sweet Sandy with 100 bits kicking off the Hype Train. Thanks ever so much. If folks want to participate, you could do 100 bits, a Prime sub, or a Tier 1 sub, and that'll earn you whatever emote at whatever level the Hype Train ends at. You got 4 minutes and 23 seconds to the end of level 1. Thanks so much, Sweet Sandy, for kicking that off. Neshlab, did I answer your question? Like, do you feel... Like, if you want a tight space to build in Northern Forest, if you want no restrictions and a lot of material but far away from each other, Dune Desert. But if you want kind of like a balance of everything being relatively close by, then I would say Rocky Desert. Rocky Desert is also really attractive. It's a cool place to build. This is where, and Rocky Desert is where I am right now, by the way, for if you're wondering. So what we're going to do here... Oh, I deleted that too soon. We need to have this. Autosave lag. Elkhorn95, the mighty Elkhorn is here. How's it going, Elkhorn? Thanks so much for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. So we've got this funky thing hanging at the top here. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to have to move this light. And we're going to have to build up here. Let's just build a glass foundation for now. So I think this is going to have to be a merger. Right? Okay. So now we have to check that these belts are all doing the right speed. Gonna take a minute. Yep, just need to learn a bit more how you can travel that so much for coal with a conveyor belt. So you can use trucks. Use a tractor to get yourself going. Just know that there's going to be a vehicle update in the next 4 weeks in the early access version. And then hopefully by the end of November it'll be rolling over to... Sorry, in the experimental version. In the early access version it's probably going to be closer to the end of November. Cosmic Dancer. Holy nuggets. Lewas came in with another 100 bits, by the way. Thanks again, Lewas. Really appreciate that. But Cosmic Dancer now, 5,000 bits. Saying unicorn, rainbow, heart nonsense. And Le Boop. Where does this land us? Level 1 complete. Level 3 hype train. 65% way through level 3 hype train. Lewas with another 200 bits says, yay, Cosmic. So is Cosmic getting bits now because of bits? It's bitception. Is that what's happening? Thanks so much, Cosmic. I really appreciate it. And thank you to Lewas. Kenma Creations. Good to see you. Welcome back. Love the snowflake badge. That's really cool. 1,500 hype train bits. Thank you so much, Kenma. That's very, very kind of you. Appreciate that. Level 3 complete. Where are we now? Level 4? Yeah, level 4. And I have all of the emotes for the hype train, so the hype train was just for you. Thanks, Cosmic. Appreciate that. Alright, so we need to figure out what's coming up here. Each one of these is being fed into this. And I said there's 20 coming out of each constructor, right? Yes, okay. So that means that at most, this belt is getting 100. So 120 is the right belt speed all through these constructors. But these these assembler mergers are getting 200. So then yes, tier 3 is the right speed all the way to here. But then at this point, that stops. Mark Van Funk with 100 bits. Thank you so much, Mark. Yes, bits for Joel and love for Cosmic Dancer. Both are amazing humans. Oh, thanks very much, Lewas. Appreciate that. Sweet Sandy with 200 bits. More bit hype. Wow, you folks are too kind. What a great way to cap off the weekend. Really appreciate that. Hunter 555 gifting a tier 1 sub to Drathmore lurking in the background. Drath, you thought you could get away with being here and just sneaking in. Nope. Hunter caught you. Thanks so much, Hunter. Appreciate that. Drath, enjoy the emotes and the sub badge. Alright, so that means we've got the right amount coming into here, but at this point they combine. So we've got Mark II, Mark II. So that's 100 and 200 combining into 300, which means that this has to be a Mark IV from here to in there. Why is that not working? Oh, because that's faced the wrong way. All right. So we have to delete this, delete this, delete that, and delete that. New merger, exiting that way. Mark III belt going into that side. We need a Mark II belt going into this side. No, don't fall. And then we need a Mark IV belt coming out this side. So for folks that are new to the game, basically the more stuff on the belt, the more intense the belt has to be. Means the more it can carry. So you'll see in the inventory here, 60 per minute, 120, 270, 480, 780. So we want, eventually we're going to want the big boss man belt. What we want at the end. So we're going to delete this and delete that and delete this and delete that. Going to build another one of these. I might keep these in here actually. So we need to grab another merger, point it towards the door. No, not that way. Looks cool, but not what I want. And then we need the Mark IV going from here to there. And then we will use the Mark V. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Up here. I don't have any aluminum sheets. Alright, we'll have to go get those. And that is the end of the hype train. Level hype train 3 with the emote. I got a cute little, looks like a Chihuahua emote or something. Yep, that's the one that I got too. Mark and Alcorn. Very, very cool. Thanks to everyone that participated in the hype train. I really appreciate it. It goes a long way to help me stream more often. So if you want more of this kind of content, then supporting via Twitch or Patreon or Bit donation or Streamlabs donation. I need to update. I completely forgot that when I did in the Discord that talk about supporting the channel and the different places people can support the channel, I don't think I mentioned the monthly subscription option for Streamlabs. What was I? Oh no, don't want that. I want 1, 2, 3, 4. Where what was I out of? I was out of all clad aluminum sheets. We need to go to the source to get those, it looks like. Yep. Twitch, sort out your platform, and then some new hype train emotes would be great. Yeah, I feel like Twitch, the hype train emotes, they've been the same like dog emotes forever, right? I mentioned the Streamlabs donations, did I? There was something that I was listening to the Gaming Careers podcast this morning. By the way, if you're a streamer and you don't listen to the Gaming Careers podcast, you really need to check it out. It's a great way to get streaming news for all the different things that are happening on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, if that's where you like to stream, all that kind of stuff. They focus a fair bit on Twitch and YouTube, but still, it's worth checking out. Yeah, Gaming Careers. Just look up Gaming Careers on YouTube. I want to say it's not Clint. What's his name? Calvin. Darn it, I don't remember his name. But it's Gaming Careers on YouTube is one of the co-hosts and the producer of it. And they stream it live on his YouTube channel. But it's a great podcast. I really enjoy it. Alright, so I think we have enough space to bring this all the way across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, should be good. That, however, is too high. So that will be our export for our plates. Very cool. So I'm debating as to whether we would need to keep those glass platforms in there. I kind of like them. I would switch this around. And I would probably bring this down a little bit. I think I need to remove this one. That kind of looks cool, and then we can add this back in. And we should be able to then put a top on that, like we did there. I think that looks okay. We could probably make it look cooler down the line. This is just going to stay full of plates until we run out. That's fine. That all looks like it's hooked back up again. Markov and Funk, we are working towards crystal oscillators, but right now we're focusing on the first step, which is automating a lot of reinforced iron plates, but we're using the alternate recipe, which is stitched iron plates. So we are making the plates. We're making 600 plates right here, and they were bringing 600 plates out here. So that will stay there. We will use a Mark V lift to get them down to here. And then we're just going to go ahead and grab these. We're going to line these up on the right spots. That stays here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, that does not work there. So, how does that work? There we go. So that is kind of like our entry-level main bus. We don't go any lower than this because it means that we can always walk around underneath, do maintenance. We have little bits in between that we can slide down if we need to. But now we just have to take these, push them on down. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we've already got them all marked out. Pretty straightforward. Might as well put in all 3. Don't know why that's bright green. Let's fix that. Plastic and rubber, nice. That's a fun stage to get to. Yeah, blenders and probably redo it. Yeah, I'm at that stage now where I want the crystal oscillators so I can automate blenders. This is all going towards our like production line, our power plant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This should be, yep. Why is that? Others clearance. That doesn't make any sense. Weird. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are in the wrong spot. Okay, so at this point we have to decide where we want to bring in those plates. And we also need to figure out, we've got 15 times 20, which I believe is 300. Correct? So the thing we can do with these plates is we can bring them in and then we can split them and send one set of plates to that one and one set of plates to this side over here. And we can do that in this wall very, very easily. So I'm thinking we bring them in here. Which means we're going to need to move the hypertube. And we're going to have to bring in copper as well. So we probably want to plan for this to be not a 1 belt, but a 2 belt input. So we'll do this guy. And I kind of like the idea of having like 2 entrances here. I just don't know if I want them to be this close together, but that looks pretty cool. We will have to redo this, so let's have some fun. And put this guy up on the wall. Do you want to just time your break with the nighttime in the game? Yes, that's probably the best thing to do, I think. Thanks, Cosmic. Had to refresh the stream, so it might have been answered, but is there a preferred support platform we should use, etc., Patreon or Twitch? I'm glad you asked. And you're right, I did miss that comment, so thanks. It really depends on you. I make sure that people have choices. Because some people have different priorities. Like some people want to do monthly subs and they want to do it manually, like with a Prime Gaming here on Twitch. Some people want to make sure that most of their money goes to the streamer. So there's that. And then other people have, like, they really want to use the emotes and they really want to get the sub badge and rack up those like monthly sub badges, like, 6 months, 8 months, 9 months, 10 months, etc. I would say do what's the most comfortable for you that you can do the most consistently. Because the thing that's hard to figure out as a streamer is budgeting your time based on your income. And if your income is constantly going up and down by big chunks as people like make donations and then don't make donations and stuff like that, then it's a lot harder to do that. Whereas if we have a lot of people that are doing what's affordable for them, then it ends up being something that that's sustainable, if that makes any sense. But I can go into that deeper if you want. But there is a post in the town hall section on the Discord. And if you link your Discord and Twitch accounts, you'll get access to the Discord if you're not in there already. And we recently talked about that in the town hall. And I'm happy to talk about all that kind of stuff publicly. I need to review the Twitch rules and guidelines for streamers about talking about income on stream. I don't know how much of it I can get into on stream. I don't think it's a big secret, but I also don't want to shoot myself in the foot. So yeah, when people ask me like which I prefer, I generally prefer the platform that people find that they can be the most consistent at. Because I'm flattered that folks just enjoy the stream enough that they want to support, right? So like, that's cool in and of itself. But I want to make sure people are taking care of themselves and, doing all that kind of stuff as well too, right? One, two, three, four. So hopefully this will look pretty cool. Their preferred stream platform. Yeah, I don't know if I can say if there's one that I prefer. Because again, there's different rewards for different platforms. If you want to know the best way to support financially, like which one takes the least amount of cut, it's a straight up donation. Because Streamlabs does not take any money. The only thing that I pay out of a Streamlabs donation is like a little bit of a PayPal fee. That's it. So there's no other company getting into the weeds of it, right? All right, so that is coming in here, and it has to be split. So the easiest way to do that is going to be on the ground. And we'll do it there. So the trick here is that I'm not going to load this up with items, but we can take this across to here, right? That's not a big deal. We can take the other way across to this one, but then we have to figure out how we're also going to bring in the oops. The copper wire. So the copper wire is going to come in on this side, obviously. So there'll be another belt here, and we're probably going to go to here. And we're probably going to go down at the same rate. Right, so that'll be our copper, I think. But then we run into the problem of we've already used up this space. So then we have to probably see if we can fit. Oh, it just fits. That's awesome. Okay, so if that's the case, we should be able to put something here. Put the splitter up here. I hope this fits. And same thing there. Now if we do this, is this thing going to actually connect? It might not. This might be really frustrating. Oh, that's ugly, but it chimed, which means it should work. And that also means that we should probably be able to use this to get to there. Well, that doesn't have to be there, does it? We could move that a little bit farther this side. So if we grab this. Yeah, maybe we can put this splitter kind of in that position. Gives us a little bit more room. And then that way, the belt, we can just do a little belt science here. I like right angles. Now we can just delete this and delete the little silly thing there, and we're good. These might not be the right belt speeds either. We're going to have to tweak this later. But the nice thing about all of this is that it happens in the wall, so the fact that it doesn't look very nice is fine. Not at all a big deal. Oh, that's not going to be... Well, we could back that up, I guess. Yeah, we could always... Well, no, because that's going to be in the way. Okay, we'll have to do these the other way around. That's fine. We can sort that out. Okay, so it looks like our inputs are going to be good. The other thing I need to check is where the copper is going to be coming from. And that, I think we have to get all the way from over there. You used that code today, Will Run, for fun. That's amazing. Thank you. What game did you get? Kenman, let me know if I didn't answer your question, and feel free to shoot me any DMs on Discord as well. I'm happy to talk about that kind of stuff. I think that's kind of a cool looking building, having the double input there. So now I think we have to figure out what the wire is going to be. So 80% of 37.75. $30.2. So we'll need to make 30.2 times 40. 1,208. 1,208. And then write that down. Whoops. So this needs 1,208 copper wire. So let's just say 1200 or anything slightly above that. And if we use a constructor, let's go back up here. We'll look at our floor plan. Sun's almost going down. Oh, good, Kemma. Great. I'm glad that you got to the town hall, because there's more detail there. And the thing about the town hall in the Discord, that's my community. Like, and I can talk about stuff in that closed community, however I see fit. But I really do need to look at the Twitch, like guidelines for that kind of stuff, so that if people do ask on stream, I can talk about it. But I just want to double check before I do. I probably should know this kind of stuff. So we need to do a bunch of constructors, and I feel like this area is going to be perfect for it. I do want to make sure I give myself a double wall, so we're going to go with this space being the wall. And the design challenge that I have is that I think I want to leave this little gap here open for light purposes. And it looks like we might be able to use constructors in the middle and maybe use this as imports or exports. And that way it could go up or down. So a constructor is what we need to make our wire. I don't think there's any other way to make wire. 15 to 30, so that's good. We're not gonna need a lot of constructors. I don't know if I have an alternate recipe for wire. I actually don't. I think we'll run for fun. You had like a different kind of wire, like steel wire or something. So 1208 divided by 30. Is 40. And what we can do is we can take one of these and like overclock it to get 38 out of it, and then we'll be solid. So that'll be fine. Or we could have two extra iron wire and Caterium wire. Okay, I've come across the Caterium wire alternate, and I decided to skip it. So what we could do, instead of building 40 of these, which is a lot, we could build 42 and then have the excess get siphoned off and put into storage or something. That would actually be pretty handy. We're actually getting pretty close to our storage system, so that could be worthwhile doing. It's a rare resource, but it's super fast on the output. Yeah, I mean, I've already got enough copper coming in various different places. Like, we've got copper that's just being synced right now, right? Like, all of this is just being ground up into dust because we don't need it. This is all temporary, so that can be retrieved as well. I guess with 40 constructors, they take up a single platform. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's a nice tidy little spot to put a bunch of constructors, I think. We could do more here, but I kind of want to leave that available for maybe other smelting, because we've got more copper coming in. I could also use that for other things. I wouldn't mind having a smelting thing on the ceiling just like we did over there too. But yeah, what we're going to do, we're going to plan out our floor for the 40 constructors. Roughly, just so I can figure out where the export's going to be. Looks like the sun's going down though, so we're going to go and see if we can find the old break train. Is Mixmaster... Mixmaster is on its way back. Excellent. Why I checked. Do you know how many % of the game is already ready? Lucas, I'm not sure I know what you mean, but if you're asking how much of Satisfactory is complete, no idea. The developers are on update 5 in early access. They do plan to release 1.0, but I'm not sure when it's going to be. I would imagine it's a year or more away. The game is feeling pretty solid, though, over the last couple updates. 1 Caterium makes 8 wire. Yeah, see, I think there's not that much Caterium in the world, so I'd rather wait and use my Caterium for other things. I think that's how I'm going to roll. I remember what it was, Cosmic, that I did not mention about the Streamlabs mode of supporting on stream. For people that want to support monthly, but also want to have the notification pop up on stream, that's a good way to do it. Like we were talking in stream about, or in Town Hall, about alternate ways for people to subscribe and have it be automatically renewed. And one of the things that Streamlabs allows you to do with your monthly donation is that you can have like a message come up live on screen, and it'll have that kind of animation. And I need to update it. I need to make my monthly subscriptions unique in their pop-up. I don't have an extra emote yet to assign to it, but I'm going to. I've actually been thinking about investing in a personalized stream theme. So right now I do all the graphic design. Is Mixmaster not coming? Oh, Mixmaster was going the other way. Crap. My bad. I guess we'll get on Bone Crusher then. Yeah, so with the emotes and the animations and stuff, I think I want to pick up, because I want to do some new games. I don't want to have to do a graphic design thing for every game that I play, because it kind of puts work between me and streaming a lot of the time. And so I think what I want to do is I want to get a theme that will work for a bunch of new games. I might keep what I've got going on for like Minecraft and Satisfactory, but other new games I'll have like a solid theme that I could work on. Let's change this to Bone Crusher. I think I might have had to delete it before. Always a fun animation. How do you guys feel about a backwards train for the brake train? Would this be weird? Having this angle? I think that could be kind of fun. Let's do that. Hopefully it won't make people seasick. I'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes. Right. Probably faster to go this way. Shoop. Thank you, Cosmic. Type no welcome in. I really need to figure out whether I want to keep this tower or not. It's very functional, but I'm not sure how fashionable it is. I'd like to add more to it, but because it's not permanent, I don't want to add like a lot of work into it, you know? Copper side is over here. I like this bit, though. So up here, what we're looking at is 40 or 42 constructors. Probably 40, but with like a couple on overclock. Because they have this nice tight one foundation width, like you can pile them right next to each other. And they take up one foundation, but they do go over the edge a little bit here and there. So I'm wondering if we could do 2 of them in between floors, because generally my floors are 4. Right, that's a little bit high. Generally my floors are like 4 sections. I need to go check these ones over here. These ones might be special because we tried to cram in a lot of smelters. But I might be able to jam some constructors together. Yeah, these are only 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I think I divided this up evenly at first. So I think there's 3 floors of 5 wall segments. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, and then it looks like another 5 up top. Which is fine. I think I can fit a refinery up here if I need to. This is also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. Okay. Because refineries sticking out the top of this could be fun too. A little asymmetrical. A refinery does not fit on that floor. Will not fit here either, but will fit on a subfloor with the top sticking out of it if we wanted to. Okay, cool. So my idea for here is to try and get to a point where we can put a roof on this. So that's 1, 2, 3, probably 4. Well, at that point, we might as well just go the whole hog, right? So what I'm thinking is that we could probably put these situated in a way where we could get a lot out of them in terms of the space. And so we could probably have all 40 in just this one section. I could also just sacrifice this hole, but the way that I've got this mapped out, I kind of wanted to have these holes over the walkways down below. Yeah, the refineries are huge. What I'm thinking though is that if I maneuver these correctly, that's not a lot of space there. That's really tight. But that's 40 in this one section, right? If we wanted to do it that way. But then I don't have a way to get stuff up here. That's why I was thinking if we did this, we could potentially have 20 here, but that leaves an awful lot of space back here. Well, I always want to have a spot to walk, right? So like, this would technically be, and I like to do this sometimes for reminders to myself. You know, you want no build space. So then our inputs would be on the back. Like that. Output, we would probably bump these along the other way. And then our output could be wherever we want. I think that probably is the way to go. So that would be 20, and then what I would do is I would just reverse it. We would just kick these off. That is... I think that needs to go forward a bit. Nope. Whoa! There's no floor there. Oh, there's no floor there because there can't be a floor there because of this thing. Alright, let's do these little guys for now then. Really? These just have a great big old box around them, don't they? Well, that's annoying. Do I even need that there? It is not hooked up, so no. I do not need that there. Find myself pressing shift and then falling off. Yeah, I've done that before. So here on the export we would have the mergers probably lined up here. It seems kind of boring. Maybe we can put them out over the platform. But what's nice about this is that we could have export into there, and then we could use lifts to get up to the right height here. I think that was probably wrong, but you get the idea. Is that we do that and then have everything come out the same way on the bottom. Wonder if we could do this a little bit cooler. Like, what if we remove this? What? Oh, here. Do that. I wish you could... Oh, I guess you can do something like this. I've always thought that was weird looking, because then we could just do this. We'd make that a little bit higher. That feels strange, though. I just like having the space here to walk. I mean, the game does snap them like that. So it is a real thing. I think that could look pretty cool if we had two of them. How did I line this up? Was here. Fell down again? I need to complete this floor. Alright, that's being used, so I can't do anything there. We could also push those a little bit farther forward too. They don't have to be directly above one another. We could have them be a little bit farther forward. But I imagine this multiplied by 10 going down the line. That does look kind of cool. That does look kind of cool. We could, I wonder if we could fit in an extra. Not quite. We could do what we did on the other side as well. I just like having this area open. You know, keep that skylight going. I wouldn't mind it being a little bit wider. So maybe we'll knock that back a bit. But here, we could come in here and use one of these. And then that fits, and we could switch this over to a wall. Unless we want the seam to be in the middle. So folks that are new to the game, this is a fun trick. You can use these little half foundations, or these walkways, to get yourself a foundation that doesn't line up. And then you can either do this and have a little ridge there, which I think looks okay. Or you could back it up and have the seam be on the other side. Although it's not letting me do it right now. Right, so you can do this, but then you end up with that kind of stuff happening. So I find that the better way to do it is to use this technique, because that doesn't look so bad. I wish there were half-size foundations too, Sweet Sandy. I wouldn't be surprised if we get something similar in Update 5. I kind of wonder if they're holding back on a couple of things. Is there a build limit in this game so you can't just go past a certain height? I actually don't know. Oh, TypeNil says that you just die past a certain height. So there's a like a world border. Same like if you go outside the border of the world. That way you just start to take damage and die. So I've never built high enough to know. So what we'll do is very likely this kind of a thing. That will go all the way down. But because we do that, maybe what we'll do is give ourselves a little bit extra room here. And I fly up here What if we put these closer? I don't know if that looks better or not. We can do that. That seems sketchy. I don't know if I like the look of that. That feels a little bit cheaty. A little on the cheaty side. I wonder if we nudge these both back by a smidge, if it would look just a little bit better. Like, what if this was out farther? If that was out there, and if we had a foundation here, we'd have to build all this stuff in a very specific order. And if this was back by one little tick to there, that actually looks worse. What do we think, chat? Do we like this, like, straight into the merger? Or do we prefer, like, a little bit more of a substantial hook to it? Yeah, that's the other thing I was also thinking. Nublex is also check to see if it works. I agree. We'd want to check that for sure. But I mean, I'm not going to check it if I don't like it, right? So I don't like this. That's not happening. The bottom was okay, but the top wasn't great. So the other way we could do it is... Well, I kind of like those in the middle. I don't think it's... I think it's dumb that the belts interrupt your space. Yep, don't like that. Looks weird, but also nice when it doesn't stand out so much. Yeah. Like this, I agree with you, this feels funky, right? And we don't have to do this. Like we could have these be their own thing. And not have them, you know, we could have these be their own height. Right, that's not centered, but we'd have two of them, right? I just thought it looked cool to merge them down. Maybe the better way is to still have them down here and just do this. Oh, what about that? What about, nope, wrong way. That's kind of funky. Best one so far? Yeah. That's kind of cool. I'm just wondering if there's a way... I guess we'd want to keep them offset like that. Oops. Yeah, it's either this, I think, or we do this one. Where we take it from the top. Like that. Which I think is a little bit standard. So I think we'll maybe go with the one on the right. So that's good. That means that we'll do 10 of these in a row. Hopefully I have enough on me to make them all. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so that's rather tight. Does not allow for any room there. That means this has to be a single wall. Not a fan of that. So we may have to start them a little bit sooner. Rather than here, maybe we start them here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Delete you. And that gives us room for a wall here. If that's how we want to roll. I don't know if this is going to stay like this, so I'm just kind of planning for the future. Right one looks fun. Yeah, I agree too. Okay. So everything would be going down this way. So all of these things would be traveling down this way. We would have 2 sets of exports, which would end here. And here. So the whole reason I'm planning this is because I need to know where it's going. I would more than likely take it straight out, either outside or into the wall. And we would do that via lifts. Which would more than likely have one or both of them coming out this way and exiting the building there, which is not going to look good on the corner, so we would more than likely switch it. Something I hope is coming with Update 5 is the ability to control what wall you're putting down and when and where. Please. This constant switching drives me nuts. And so this would probably come out here. Now the hard part here is that we can't get underneath this, I don't think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, we've got a copper line going right here. So we either have to go underneath the main bus, which is a possibility, or we put this belt that we had in there going across the whole thing. We put that back in and then bring it down here and have it connect up along here to the second belt, because this is where we need to get it. We need to get it to basically roughly there. Well, farther along, but that's the idea. That could look cool if it came down here, although that's going to be in the way. So what do we think? Do we want to bring that across the whole thing? I don't know if I want a lot of belts going back and forth, though. Like having a belt going right across here feels like it interrupts the design of this. So I'm more inclined to go low. We can't get in here. We've got lots of room underneath. I could tons of room to go that low. Is there a way you can sort of hide it? Because I think you're right, having a belt go right across the top interrupts the design. Yeah, I mean I can go down in there and underneath and then pop up over here somewhere. And even pop up over here. We've got things coming up from below over on this side, right? Like that's already happening over there. So we could easily come in here. The only thing I have to worry about is the iron, which is way down there. So not even have to worry about that. So that's probably the easiest thing to do. I don't mind having a thing coming down on the outside. It's just that it interrupts this design, if I want to keep that. I mean, I could just go one more over and come down out here. I don't mind the idea of having a little bit more happening on the outside of this building. But we could also just have that happening inside too. Just have it come down here and go underneath everything. What does your artist brain think? Well, definitely not the cross the sky. That's not happening. I like that look on some bases, but I don't think this is the one to do it on. And I'm thinking we do have a lot of this stuff happening over here, and I think it breaks up the wall to have this on the outside. We would just have to do it at the right height. I would probably go down that far. I just don't know how much of this I want to interrupt, you know? Not that we can't move things. Plus, then that ends up being down in this space as well. Nice. So let's just plan on this for now. It's not the best, but we can make do. And I guess what I would do, I mean, it would make sense to just keep it straight and bring it up from here. Well, we don't even have to do this. We don't even have to see it. Like, it can totally just come up in this space. You just bring it up here. No one will ever be the wiser. Except for that doesn't fit. That's fine. Right? So it just joins in there. The more subtle way to do it would be to switch these around, which is doable as well. Have this come up on that side. Like, that doesn't really matter. I mean, anything that comes along on top of this is going to have to go over top anyway. But I'm not sure what we would bring in there. I guess like plastic and stuff, but I think I've got myself more room than I actually know what to do with on these belts. Although I'm not bringing in Caterium rubber or plastic yet, so you never know. But yeah, I'd say that's probably the best way to plan that out. We would make the below part look fancy. That way, if we, you know, if you're ever down here, we would make this look good. We would probably have it be like this, you know, do a little bit of stuff. We might actually just plan for that and do the foundations along here and build up to it. Probably the better way to go, rather than doing that. Plus, having more ability to run things around would be good. Because I don't know where, like, this is making copper, or will be making copper by the absolute buttload, but I don't know where it's going. We're not sending it in any direction currently. I'm also not sure where we're getting our feed from. So like this is our input, but like where is the copper, which is going to be 15 times 40. Was it 600? Yeah. So I need 600 copper. That's not going to be hard to come by. Yeah. Okay. So I'm feeling confident that I know where the components for that factory over there are coming from. This is the weird back and forth of Satisfactory, where like you figure out what you need to make, and then you have to go back and make sure that you've got the components. And I think the most useful thing that you can do with this kind of planning is make sure that you're planning out your exports so that you know how you're getting these two things over to here, which is just going to be in the wall because it's going to be easy and mess free, you know, and then probably on something like a merger that'll just sit right here in the middle. So we'll grab like a merger here. Oop, I fell. Right, so it should be pretty straightforward to get two belts into that. Not going to be pretty, but it's going to be in the wall, so it doesn't matter. We'll leave that open so we know what's going on. I like leaving these gate walls in places where like I've got cool stuff going on behind the scenes so that I know what my plan was when I come back to the build. Right, so we'll have these things come around. Yeah, okay. I'm convinced. And more space than you know what to do with equals space you will likely need at a later date. That is 1000% true in this game. I agree. We also really don't know what's happening with the power in this building. It's rough, so I need to sort that out. Yeah, it's starting to really feel like a big factory, which is nice. That is unfortunately where I need to wrap things up for today, folks. It is dinner time for me. Time to put some chicken on the barbecue. If you've enjoyed this stream, please leave a follow before you take off. We're going to try to pass you on to somebody else playing Satisfactory. Barring that, we're going to pass you on to somebody playing Minecraft. Cosmic, if you want to throw some suggestions in the chat, feel free to do so. You can follow the Spawn Chunks podcast and the Sizzle Cafe podcast. They are both available anywhere you listen to a podcast. Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, wherever. Also the respective websites. It's just the name of the podcast.com. Check out joelduggan.com while you're at it. All of the links will be there. Social media, Instagram. Instagram's mostly food and podcast updates. And then Twitter is a lot of other stuff related to Twitch. So follow me there as well. Huge thank you to everyone that supported today with the massive bit support, the hype train that we had earlier. I really appreciate it. You folks are the reason I get to stream as often as I do. We have been streaming a lot in September. September is now over. September, the month is now behind us, which means that we're going to be back to mostly weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I'm looking into doing some goals on Patreon and Twitch to see if I can't add another paid stream day, which would be amazing. But we need to keep the old subscription and supports and stuff going forward if that's going to happen. So I truly appreciate it. You folks are amazing. Thanks ever so much for Cosmic and Hunter for modding Elkhorn as well. I really appreciate it. And yeah, we will see you folks next time. Slice, Slime, Alraf, and Drath are all streaming. That's all Minecraft, so that's fine. Let me just see on my tab to see if anybody is streaming Satisfactory, but I imagine I'm going to pass you on to somebody playing Minecraft. More than likely the case. Yes. Yep. Everybody else that normally plays Satisfactory is playing New World, surprising no one. Yeah, let's pass you on to Draft. I haven't seen you folks go on to Drath in a week or so. So yeah, that's going to be fun. Drath does really big builds in Minecraft, so you'll appreciate it if you like this kind of stuff in Satisfactory. You'll love the crazy things that Drath builds in Minecraft. That's going to be it for me, folks. Next scheduled stream is Friday, and I will see you then, if not before. Keep your eye on Twitter for those spontaneous weekday streams. See you soon. Bye for now.